Welcome to episode number 3 of the Grow Pair podcast. My name is Des, and today's episode is about how I took this podcast, started it, messed everything up, have had to spend 5 months fixing it, and now we're ready to start again. So, as I said, my name is Des. This is Grow Pair podcast, and what we do here is we want to interview people that have done something cool, that have pulled up their socks, done something amazing, started a business, run a marathon, or are, I don't know, doing something for charity or whatever it is, but something that's cool. We want to hear those stories and we want to put those stories out to the world and show both South Africans and international people that, number one, here in South Africa, we've got some cool people doing some cool stuff. And number 2, that we can also do podcasts like the rest of the world. So, welcome to it. And in this episode, it's just going to be me. It's not going to be anyone else. I'm not interviewing anyone. But I want to go through the story of what has happened in the last 5-6 months and just tell you what happened and where we are right now and what the aim and the plan is. So, about 6-7 months ago, I had this idea. Hey, look at me. I'm Des and I want to start a podcast. I'm very inspired by Joe Rogan and I can be Joe Rogan. I'm bald too. Okay, so the reality is probably not, but we can all have dreams and we can all do something. And so I started a podcast, reached out to a friend of mine. We ended up getting gifted use of a space in Cape Town, a studio of sorts, and we recorded 2 episodes there. The first was with Joel Kaplan, and the second one was with Drew from Buster Rut. And the 2 episodes came out great. Good stuff. I enjoyed making them, and I definitely decided or made the decision that this is something that I want to be doing long term. And after that, unfortunately, some things went down. We ended up losing the space in Cape Town, and I was standing going, hey, we're putting content out. We're telling everyone every Wednesday there's going to be new content. And unfortunately, that didn't pan out. So what I decided to do was to actually go mobile and start recording the podcast completely mobile. And we recorded 1 episode with Quinton Oosthuizen from Lawnmower Mecca. And what ended up happening is I was battling to figure out where I was going to do the podcast, and it wasn't working. So we had this one extra episode and we were going to put it out. And then I ended up having my car broken into, and my laptop and a gimbal and a bunch of stuff actually, which was part of the podcast stuff, was stolen. And I ended up losing the footage of that podcast. So that it drove me nuts. And I decided, you know what, let's carry on. Before that, I had made a decision to start making some money so I could get all the right equipment and find a proper space, and that I could kit out, that I could put in all the right things to make the podcast really successful. And so I've spent the last 5 months selling things that I don't need anymore. This has been from camera stuff to other household stuff that my wife and myself just don't need anymore. And what we ended up doing is managing to scrounge together enough money to buy a bunch of things that we've now needed. And so we've got this camera over here, which is a GoPro. We managed to buy that. I've bought another cell phone, which has freed up another cell phone to become a camera. And we've got the other GoPro, which was originally part of the setup. We've got some lighting, which is sitting over here. You can see it on my face. We've managed to get some soundproofing that we've put up against the walls here. We've bought this table. We've bought, I think, one of these mic stands we ended up buying. We've got the shelf in the background. We've got curtains up against the wall, which you'll see in episode 4 when I get our restarted first guest in. And we've really put a lot of effort into making this space something that can be utilized, and where you can watch awesome people come in and get interviewed, and that's the whole plan. So now what's the journey going forward? What's the plan, Stan? And the plan is as follows, and I need your help with this. We are aiming to interview people, like I said earlier, that have done something amazing, that have started a business, that have done something incredible. And at the end of the day, we want to motivate you, the watcher, the viewer, to be able to do something as well, to see that it is possible to do things that just seem impossible. So for myself, getting a studio, this was impossible. There was no ways I was going to get this done. And yet somehow, through a lot of slog and grind and late nights, we've managed to build this whole place. And now you're watching me in this awesome studio. The second, and your help comes in with this. Before I get to the second part of it, I need guests. I've got a list of about 10 or 15 people that are going to come in and record, but beyond that, I'm a bit stuck. So if you are someone, or if you know someone that has done something cool, started a business, run a marathon, I don't know, paddled through Cape Point, or run from Cape Town to London, or I don't know what it is, but someone that's really pulled their socks up, that's grown a pair and gone out and achieved something, business people, church leaders, religious leaders, other podcasters. If you've got that content, or that contact rather, if you've got that contact, please reach out to us, info@socialize.co.za, and we will be able to get in contact with them. Now, Socialize. What is that? I was running the Grow a Pair as just Grow a Pair. And I decided in the last 5 months while we're doing that it would be better to wrap that up into a business. And Socialize is that business. And in the last 5 months, Socialize has been doing social media marketing and advertising for companies. We have done a launch for a fast food company that opened up a new branch. We have done lead generation for 2 or 3 different clients, where we've done advertising on Facebook and TikTok and YouTube and Google. We've done some marketing for other companies on LinkedIn. So at the end of the day, Socialize is a company that does social media marketing and advertising, and we've wrapped the studio up inside that business and want to also rent the studio out to other creators that want to be able to do anything on social media. So be it TikTok videos with a green screen, be it a podcast, well, we have the space now, be it informationary videos for their businesses and whatnot. So we'll do it in the studio, we'll do it out the studio, and we are now able to offer that whole service to people as well. So that's a whole mission, a whole point behind this is just to get some awesome people onto the show and be able to get those people to share their story to you and the world at the end of the day. I believe that South Africa, we've got a lot of people that are great, that do great things, and their stories need to be shared. And this platform is the platform that I'm hoping will become that space that people will go to and look at and watch and be able to see just great people doing great things. So if you've watched this far, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Content will start rolling out. It's Easter weekend now. We're Easter Sunday. This is the 3rd time that I've done this video due to learning how to get the GoPros right and the video correct and whatnot. So we're ready to go. We are really ready to go. We've been playing with the sound, we've been playing with the video, we've been playing with the lighting. And from next week, I will be bringing people in to do the podcast. And once I have 5 or 6 episodes lined up, ready, edited, we will then launch. So I'm guessing 3 or 4 weeks time, Grow a Pair will be back producing and putting content out weekly for you guys to be able to enjoy. So stick around, like and follow, help us grow the platform, help us grow the community. And yeah, man, that's me. Short video, Des out, Grow a Pair, do something, and then tell me about it.